Let's move next to another game close to my heart. Not really. It's Oklahoma, one of the least favorite teams that we got out there, and they're facing the fraudulent Tennessee, other UT. Currently, Tennessee 3-point favorites right now. Bet online total is 57 in this one. Feels like Oklahoma might take 2 years to hit 57 points.
Yeah, you know what? This number is probably about fair. I think you want to juice up home field. Tennessee has one of the better home field advantages. I think it's a little bit
Agreed.
underrated.
I
Yeah, I think
agree.
it's a little bit underrated. Um, and this will be, if I'm looking at the schedule, like I really believe that Oklahoma's defense is legit. But if you told me like they haven't played anyone, like I would listen
But
because
they
I
played
mean,
Arch. What do you mean?
yeah, well, we saw how that went. Yeah, up until the Ole Miss game, like the best offense they faced, like statistically, like Michigan, Auburn. I mean, Michigan was playing. We talked about that game. I think we had a bet um on Oklahoma in that game. Michigan, Bryce Underwood making his first start, and then Auburn. Obviously, you had the nuances of Jackson Arnold coming back, and I mean that was just a game that was set up for Oklahoma. So I don't really, if you can't really point to an offense that's going to do what Tennessee is going to be able to do on the offensive side. Now, you can also flip that and say that this Oklahoma defense is the best that Tennessee's faced. Now, quality of competition pretty much bows to Tennessee side, but again, because they face Alabama, Georgia, but like those aren't the typical Alabama Georgia defenses.
Right.
This Oklahoma defense is statistically one of the best in the country. Now, whether they if you want to adjust by opponent and that still comes out, we can talk about that. But I like Tennessee in the spot. I mean, they're back home after three of the last four being on the road. This is the third road game for OU in the last 4 weeks. Um, I mean, the final score didn't really tell the full story about how dominant Ole Miss was in that game. I thought Ole Miss was completely dominant in the game, and they kind of let go of the rope. It was similar to the Georgia game. They just didn't let go this time and kind of made a play here and there. So I like the Vols in this game. They, I mean, they're 124th in success rate allowed, but I don't really trust OU's offense. I mean, it's pretty much material bust. We saw they had, I think, a long run and then a screen pass that was taken. So it's not really a ton of explosiveness in the offense. So I don't know if they'll be able to fully exploit it, especially on the road in an environment like Tennessee. So I like Tennessee. I would lean under as well, simply because I do think that Oklahoma maybe can slow down the Vols defense a little enough to get us under this number. And I don't really trust Oklahoma's offense, regardless of how poor Tennessee's defense is. And you got to, if you adjust for opponent, I mean, Tennessee's faced some really good offenses. So I'm going lean under, but I like Tennessee on the side.
Okay, why in the world is Oklahoma on the road in Knoxville at a night game at that? Why the heck are they only 3-point favorites? That's what, or why is the heck is Tennessee only a 3-point favorite? Are
Yeah.
you telling me it's because the Tennessee defenses look so bad against some juggernauts that all of a sudden we're going to expect John Mateer because he's got an extra game under his belt that he's going to start playing good football? Because I haven't seen it, and yeah, you could argue that maybe OU got a fair amount of respect against Ole Miss last weekend at home, but how'd that go? And
Mm-hmm.
without some crazy decisions from Lane Kiffin, that game's probably
Yeah.
much bigger spread at
That's
the
a good
end.
point. That's a good point.
So this one feels kind of shady to me.
Yeah.
I don't really believe in shady numbers. What shady numbers to me are unexpected markets kind of taking a stand on something. So who in the world is betting Oklahoma right now? Is it because they believe in that defense? Like, what are other reasons? Because that one seems somewhat plausible, but
Yeah.
they haven't been able to move the football. They returned this quarterback back from a hand surgery way faster than expected, and it looks like his hand hasn't worked when I've watched him.
Yeah, I mean that's a great question, and that's another reason why I don't get it. I mean, Oklahoma was bet up last week. I think they were bet up from like 3.5 to 5.5. I mean, obviously you're not going through anything key, but I mean a 2 point move. They were taking money, and I mean I don't get it in this spot just because of what we saw Ole Miss do to them. And like Tennessee's offense is legit. Like they have legit receivers. They have a quarterback who's a bit erratic, but he's able to push the ball down the field. Now they haven't faced a ton. I mean, Trinidad Chambliss was good early on, but he really struggled after kind of Brent Venables got a little hold of what he wanted to do. But again, they they don't have the weapons that Tennessee has. Like Lane is elite at drawing it up and scheming things, but I just don't think that they have the type of players that Tennessee has on the skill position level. So I'm looking at Tennessee as one of those teams that at home in a night game in a great spot. I guess that you can say, Oklahoma's coming off of the poor loss and, Tennessee, but Tennessee's coming off of, a good dominant win, but they want to continue that. They probably deserve better in the Alabama game. Um, yeah, so I can't see it. So I don't really have a good answer for you, but I do think that the Vols are the right side in the game, though.